I ordered 100,000 tiger cubs online and raised every single one of them myself, just so they'd call me daddy. Because once the world population hits 10 billion, the blood moon apocalypse would sweep the entire globe. And when that happens, all plants and animals would rapidly evolve and start slaughtering every surviving human. In my past life, I stumbled upon the fact that humans could actually form contracts with animals. After reincarnating, I went all in stockpiling the kings of all beasts. So while everyone else was freaking out about the apocalypse coming, I already had an entire tiger army. Right now, inside Panzihua Forest Park, the head of the Wildlife Protection Bureau was giving me his report. Mr. Liu, every tiger from the Changbai Mountains to the Greater and Lesser Khingan Ranges has been moved to your breeding base. The counts hit 3,000. I frowned. 3,000 Siberian tigers, already a massive number but still way short of what I needed. Because I knew, there was a guy in the apocalypse called the Boar King. When the blood moon hit, he actually formed a contract with 300 of his own domestic pigs. After that, he was basically a beast tamer straight out of a novel, commanding 300 insanely evolved pigs, and became one of the top 5 most powerful humans in the apocalypse. But everyone's awakening talent is different, and evolution speed varies wildly. My only hope was to make up for my weak talent with sheer numbers of tigers. And even if I failed to form a contract after the apocalypse hit, I could still use these tigers. Hunt them all for their crystal cores, the best material for boosting evolution speed. So, under the cover of ecological restoration, I went back to the director and proposed Siberian tigers, South China tigers. Whatever's available, I'll house them all for free. Behind the scenes, I was reaching out to neighboring countries' black markets to buy tigers. Didn't matter the breed, just needed the volume. And everything had to arrive before New Year's Eve. Then I drove the feeding truck into the tiger park, dumped tens of thousands of chicks into the feeding zone, and watched the tigers eat. I couldn't help but daydream. What if I could? Contract 1,000 tigers, I'd literally run the apocalypse. But tigers aren't like docile livestock. Even after studying professional beast management, I still couldn't guarantee building a close bond with every single one, close enough to fully let my guard down. The only tigers I could really get close to were the ones I'd raised from cubs. But even if I could only contract those few, it was absolutely worth it. So I spent 2.5 years turning this tiger park into an airtight fortress. At the very center stood a 100-meter tall peak, originally an air defense base from wartime. The entire mountain was solid granite, hundreds of meters thick. Even the most advanced bunker-busting missiles couldn't punch through it. Sure, with my money I could have built something even stronger, but after the blood moon hits, all of that is pointless. Even hundreds of meters of solid granite can get shredded in an instant by evolved ants. No fortress can save you. The only real answer is staying ahead of the evolution curve. Of course, different tiger breeds need different care. I swapped out the cheap chicks for 2 deer, then yelled into the dense forest, "Dinner's ready!" Moments later, a massive white tiger slowly emerged from the trees. It was enormous, way bigger than a normal Siberian tiger by several meters. 3 years ago, I handpicked a few cubs from a batch of Siberian tigers and raised them personally, every single day. This white tiger never let me down. It had become the undisputed king of the entire park. Even the most feral tigers were no match for it. I wasn't asking for too much. I didn't need to contract every tiger. Even just this one white tiger would be more than enough. In my past life, people working with just cats and dogs carved out entire legacies, let alone contracting a 500-pound apex predator. As midnight crept closer, the New Year's bells seemed to already echo in my ears. Then a full moon, and somehow, without warning, it started turning red. And in just a single breath, it was completely blood red, like it was about to drip. Moonlight rained down and people everywhere started mutating. Bro, why the hell is the moon red? The apocalypse isn't actually here, is it? What the? So itchy, feels like ants crawling all over me. I knew exactly what this was. This was the mysterious energy raining down from the blood moon. First you itch, then it hurts, then it feels amazing. This was an ancient shackle, being unlocked, the body's limits being shattered. Unknown abilities were being awakened. At the same time, every tiger in the park began evolving all at once. Deafening roars thundered all around me. I lost track of how long it went on. Eventually, a wave of relief washed over my whole body. I knew the evolution was wrapping up. And just like my last life, I still hadn't awakened any special ability. On the biggest forum on my phone, people were going absolutely wild. Bro, I just grew 3 heads and 6 arms. That's nothing. Nothing? 1 punch and I caved in my iron gate. Dude, I think my neighbor might be a zom. Abi! I could clearly hear the groaning outside. I held the white tiger tight, but felt absolutely zero connection between us. Looks like 5 years of prep didn't do a thing. Same blank slate start as my last life. In a daze, the white tiger finished evolving. Its body, like originally nearly 10 feet long, had ballooned to over 20 feet. The massive frame blotted out the sky. One glance from it, and every hair on my body stood on end. I stared into the white tiger's hungry, predatory gaze, my mind going blank. Because this was exactly how they looked when hunting. Slowly sizing up their prey, then striking when you least expect it. Fine, I thought. I slowly closed my eyes. Better to die in this white tiger's jaws than get taken out by some random beast. But the pain I expected never came. I opened my eyes. The white tiger was sitting calmly right beside me. I blinked, carefully trying to sense any connection between us. Still nothing like what the Boar King from my past life described as a mind link. Just as I was thinking about it, something insane happened. The white tiger's entire body erupted with an intense aura and let out one earth-shattering roar. That single roar instantly triggered a response from tens of thousands of tigers. Tens of thousands of tigers threw their heads back and roared in unison, their combined voices shaking the entire mountain range. I had just looked away when something even more shocking happened. The king character on the white tiger's forehead had somehow risen off its skin, surrounded by red, swirling patterns spiraling through the air. What was this? In my 2 years surviving the apocalypse, I'd come across countless people, big names and nobodies alike. Never once heard of anyone experiencing something like this on the very first night of the blood moon. Then a second later, that king character shot straight toward the center of my forehead, before I could even react. It drilled right into my mind. A surge even more powerful than before,